yes. Good evening, all my South Orange Maple listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Melbourne, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple online radio experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org, and the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Maple communities. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. And reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. We have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now tonight, after we bring you all the news that we normally bring you, of course we got to discuss the big subject of the day. That is the Mark Cuban statement. We are definitely going to be getting to that right after we bring you all the news that's covering South Orange and Mayport. So stay close to your iPads, your iPhones, your smartphones, your laptop, your Android tablets, whatever you have, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be bringing you some interesting news tonight in the Village of Anselm on the South Orange Maple online radio experience. So let's go over to the South Orange patch. You remember I brought a story about a Wolfboro commissioner about the Obama slur? You know, he was the third in line after we had Bundy from Nevada. And then we had DS, Donald Sterling. And then we had now my good friend here out in the Wolfboro commissioner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Wolfboro town commissioner has resigned after Obama's slur. The Wolfboro police commissioner, who used the N-word in reference to President Obama, has verbally told the police chief and town he has resigned. Robert Copeland has yet to submit a written resignation, which Wolfboro town manager David Owen is looking forward to seeing to begin to put the controversy behind the town. We will be very happy to get this into our past, Owen said in a phone interview. Unfortunately, I think the town's image and our brand may have been tarred a little over this. Owen said he received 2 calls, one from the police chief and the other from the chairman of the police commission, informing him that Copeland had resigned. Copeland, 82, had refused to resign and apologize after acknowledging he made the remark at a local restaurant. The town and the state have received complaints from around the country over the past week, with some will-be visitors saying they will cancel vacational trips to the state because of the slur. So finally we have, could we say, another one bites the dust? Wolfboro commissioner resigns after Obama's slur. So no longer we have RC, no more Robert Copeland. So that's it for the South Orange patch. Let's go over to the alternative press. Applications now being accepted for Benjamin R. Chills Scholarship. Deadline to submit scholarship application is May the 23rd. New Jersey Sharing Network Foundation, the philanthropic arm of New Jersey Sharing Network, the nonprofit organization responsible for recovering organs and tissues for transplant in New Jersey for nearly 5,000 patients waiting for a life-saving organ, is now accepting applications for the Benjamin R. Chills Scholarship. Applications can be found on the homepage of the New Jersey Sharing Network website at newjerseysharingnetwork.org. The deadline for college scholarship application is tomorrow. The scholarship grants a student $4,000, $2,000 per semester for the 2014-2015 academic year. It is granted annually to students touched by organ and tissue donation. These may include members of donor families, transplant recipients, and living donors, as well as their families, individuals who are currently waiting for a transplant, and those who have worked to raise awareness about organ and tissue donation. The Benjamin R. Churls Scholarship is named in memory of Benjamin R. Churls, a kidney recipient and a strong advocate for organ and tissue donation. And as we continue with the alternative press, Maplewood connection at PNC Bank gives Jersey City man life savings gift. A work connection, an extraordinary gift of generosity, and a stroke of luck gave Jamie David Dillion the gift of life. The Jersey City man's story begins more than a decade ago when laboratory tests discovered high levels of a protein in his blood that showed he was in renal failure. He began kidney dialysis and went to the transplant waiting list at St. Barnabas Medical Center. 4 years later, he still had no kidney. JD's blood type put him at a disadvantage. He was a type O positive. People with this blood type can be universal donors, and as a result, their organs are in high demand. It seemed everyone was getting a kidney except me, JD said. His chances of finding a match were so slim, doctors considered him for an experimental procedure that allowed recipients to receive a non-compatible kidney. His wife, Theresa Dillion, came to the hospital to be tested as a possible non-compatible donor, but doctors quickly ruled her out because of her blood pressure was too high. Despondent, she shared a story with a colleague at PNC Bank where she worked as Vice President of Wealth Management. The colleague was Ken Wagner, a Senior Vice President at PNC who lives in Maplewood. The two were driving to a business function when Ken asked her why she missed a day at work, and she began to explain her husband's story. I was shocked that he was on dialysis for so long. I talked to my wife and said, I want to take care of this. When I feel I can do something, I must, Ken said. His brother was born with one kidney, and growing up, Ken thought one day he would have to donate a kidney to his brother. But his brother's health is perfect, Ken said. I'm never going to need your kidney, Ken recalled. He proceeded with the surgery. He healed well, and today he really thinks of the donation. It feels pretty good to know I can help. My kids knew I have done a good deed, Ken said. And I must say, that is an excellent deed. You know, when you're in need and you can have someone outside of the family donate a kidney, I think that's always an excellent thing. Turnover rummage sale seeks donation. The Morrow Church turnover sale, now in its 81st year, is often called the Miracle on Baker Street because it's an amazing event one has to see to believe. This wonderful rummage sale was featured on May 2014 New Jersey Monthly Magazine. Come and shop in downtown Maplewood, close to fun eateries. Make a day of it, shopping in a fun, bargain-friendly, volunteer-run setting. The goal of the sale is to raise money for mission and charitable projects. In the process, 2 full floors of church are transformed into a full-fledged department store with a 40 by 40 tent to add even more space. As a result of our joint labors, we share a great time of camaraderie, fellowship, outreach, and fun. Volunteers will welcome donations from June the 16th to July 12th, though they request you not bring them during sale hours. Donation can be brought into the church during business hours or left at Baker Street door. If you have any questions, you can contact the church office at 973-763-7676. That's 973-763-7676. And as we continue with the alternative press, meet South Orange's new village clerk. Susan Caljean, South Orange newly appointed village clerk, looks forward to playing a key role in the South Orange municipal government. We are the go-between for the Board of Trustees and the public, Caljean said. I should be the person contacted for any information requested by the public. It's my job to keep the public informed and the trustees aware of what needs to be done. Caljean is passionate about serving South Orange residents. Everybody is so friendly in town, she observed. I walked all over town at lunchtime. There is always something going on. Caljean was unanimously appointed by the Board of Trustees to the position of village clerk, which is one of the oldest municipal jobs in American history, dating back to the landing of the first settlers in America. Seth Boyden 5th grade musical takes the stage on May the 30th. The Seth Boyden Elementary annual 5th grade musical, The North Star, will be presented on May the 30th through June the 1st. The North Star is a musical tale of a child finding his way in the world. Seth Boyden's talented 5th graders have been rehearsing their hearts out for what is sure to be a heartwarming show full of innovative music and dance. The show is perfect for preschool and elementary school age children. Tickets are available in advance at Words Bookstore in Maplewood Village, Fringe Salon in Springfield Avenue, and Spark House Kids in South Orange. Tickets will also be available at the door. The hour-long show will be performed at Seth Boyden Elementary School, located at 274 Boyden Avenue in Maplewood, on Friday, May the 30th at 7:30 p.m., and again on Saturday, May the 31st at 7:30 p.m., and finally on June the 1st at 2 p.m. Seton Hall ROTC clears South Mountain trails, cleans wreck areas. Members of Seton Hall University Army ROTC program took to the South Mountain Reservation to clean up some of the most heavily used areas of the property. The May the 3rd project, planned in conjunction with the Essex County Department of Parks and Recreation, was designed to further the program's ongoing community outreach effort. By conducting a cleanup of various sites at South Mountain, Pirate Battalion hopes to make stronger ties with the people of Essex County and allow citizens to better enjoy their time at the park, said Cadet Brian Giles, one of the event organizers. Cadet cleared trash and deadfall from the most trafficked recreation spots, including the dog park and picnic areas. The ROTC hope to bring out more volunteers in the future. We hope to make this an annual event so people can continue to enjoy the park for years to come, said Cadet Brenton Warren, company commander of the program. It will be great to expand this effort to other members of the community in the future. So let's go over to the maplewoodian.com and see what's going on with our good friend, Joe Strupp. An art film or more special screening painting rules. An art film that more than just a primer on paint, it's a primer on life. That's currently being held at the Maplewood Public Library. And what else do we have here from Tuscan School Brush Fire? From Tuscan School Principal Malika Majid. Yesterday afternoon, a staff noticed and reported a small fire in the mulch along the fence of the front lawn. Our staff called 911 for assistance. Maplewood police and fire officials immediately responded to extinguish the fire. Maplewood fire official advised administration to keep children and staff inside while the fire was extinguished. Maplewood fire officials determined the source of the fire as a mulch fire or discarded cigarette. At no time was anyone in danger. However, the fire charred the fence and burned a small portion of a bush. We are grateful for the swift attention that we received from both the Maplewood Police and Fire Department and Mrs. Majid, the Tuscan principal. We'd like to thank everyone for their concern. And there you have it. That is the news from the Alternative Press and the South Orange Patch. We're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, more news.
Want to take a cruise but don't